Hi, I'm Vivian the Knitter.
And I'm Alison the Crocheter, and this is the Keep Calm and Carry Yarn podcast.
Thank you so much for joining us for episode 134 of Keep Calm and Carry Yarn.
Hey everyone!
Hi!
We're together!
Yes, we are.
Yay! Not for long.
No.
We're recording this on your penultimate full day.
Yes. Yes?
Yes.
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 Okay. We've done a lot in the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like a where to even begin kind of scenario.
Where should we start?
Normally, I say, how are you doing, mommy?
And if you ask me that, I would say, I've just recovered from a certain weekend that we've had.
Yes. Will we just talk about that? Oops. Will we just talk about that first?
Sure. Yeah. We can have a really good report.
Okay. So I guess it's sort of like Yarny Bits and Bobs,
Yeah.
but at the front because we're so excited to talk about it. So this past weekend, the 26th and 27th of April, was the Woolly Good Gathering in Edinburgh. We survived it. We're here. I have no footage really to share. I might have a few clips that we can put in to get so you can get some
I took some pictures of setting up.
So exciting.
That was it. Yeah.
I have some clips I think of general vibes, and maybe I can steal some pictures from
the photographer.
Because I'm an organizer. I can use those photos. But yeah, so it was very good. So here's the program. It's the picture that we've used absolutely everywhere. That Gergely of Zakami Yarns took. Those are my hands there. Yeah. And some other organizer hands. And of course, I designed the program. There's some ads in the back for the 4 businesses that were involved in organizing the festival. And yeah, I think I did.
You did a fabulous job. I mean,
a pretty good job.
The program itself was like a work of art.
Well, it's funny because I feel like, it made sense that I worked on the program because, I am a magazine publisher and I do all the layout myself. I know other magazine people, especially if it's just them, they might hire somebody else to do it. Mm-hmm. But I've got the graphic design skills. Yeah. But I just felt
you have an art degree too.
I have an art degree. I felt like doing a program. It is different and it's got a way different vibe.
And it's in full color, all the pages.
Yeah, all color.
It's not just color on the covers, but the inside pages have color.
Yeah, but it just has a different vibe than Murit. Murit's quite minimal. Mm-hmm. Whereas when we were sort of thinking of the branding for the festival, we very specifically, we picked some keywords about how we want it to feel. And I can't remember the specific ones, but they were sort of joyful, warm, authentic, stuff like that. Friendly. So it's funny because the aesthetics and vibes of the Woolly Good Gathering branding is different than our individual businesses, are a lot more, I think, subdued and subtle. But we knew that wasn't necessarily what we wanted to do with the festival. We wanted the festival to be colorful and bright and happy.
Yeah. Well, joyful definitely describes it was truly a festival. And Alison said something at the very end, and then she equated a yarn festival with Comic-Con. It's like Comic-Con for knitters or for yarn people, because you have cosplayers, everybody's wearing their hand knits and their crochets and layers of them, all of them.
And everybody's complimenting each other's outfits.
And they're asking each other what pattern is that, and just being super friendly. And then you've got your celebrities. There's actually people asking for autographs, things like that, and it's just from designers. So yeah, it's definitely I think that's very apt. It's Comic-Con for yarn people.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to explain it to people who are what? Knitters at a yarn show? What's that?
Yeah. It's going to be a bunch of old ladies.
Some old ladies.
Yes, but not just.
and some old men, and some not old ladies.
There was quite a few men that knit or crocheted their own outfits and stuff, and some men dyers that came to see what's going on at this new festival.
So generally speaking, we wanted with the Woolly Good Gathering to create a true sort of festival vibes. So we had, in the end, 3 rooms of vendors, but like small rooms. We only had like 26 vendors across those 3 rooms, and then dedicated a good space for socializing and just sitting around to knit and have a snack and a chat. And that was in what we were calling the neighborhood. The actual name, because the venue is an old veterinary college, so the actual name of that room is the dissection room, which is like not the coolest place to live. Well, I don't know, depends on what your thing is, but you know, it just seems a bit weird to like, oh yeah, go buy coffee, have your donut in the dissection room. But yeah, so that was our social room, and we had live music throughout the day. Not like all the time, because I think, you know, there's different people want different things, so we wanted to make sure that there was some music for people who were into that sort of thing, and then some quiet time for people who didn't want the music. And Summer Hall as a venue is amazing. It's an arts venue, centrally located in Edinburgh, and it was open to the public throughout the day, which had its own challenges. So you could get into the building even if you weren't going into the specific Woolly Good Gathering spaces. But it did mean that people who were there for the Woolly Good Gathering could use all the other spaces. So there was art exhibitions going on. There's a really nice courtyard with a pub. So because the weather was so fabulous, like it wasn't warm, but the sun was out, wasn't raining, the sun was shining in the courtyard, so there was people out there just crocheting outside as well. So
and getting drinks
and pizza. And bao buns. The bao buns went over well. That was a hit. A local business, Steam Bunny. They have a shop in Leith, not too far from where I live, but he came with his trailer and was serving like fusion baos. I don't think any of them feature like Asian inside ingredients.
Curry.
Oh yeah, there was a curry. Was it the cauliflower?
I can't remember. But there was a curry one, yeah.
And then, there was a pulled chicken and mango one. I tried that one. I also tried the Frankfurter one.
I took a bite out of Sam's.
The smoked Frankfurter?
Frankfurter. It was a hot dog. Basically a hot dog.
But nice. And I don't know, sauces and things.
Yeah, it was good.
Very tasty. And yeah, I feel like I don't even know.
She's literally spent the whole entire weekend, so 3 days, like the one day setting up, and then the 2 days of the festival, running around like headless chicken. Like you couldn't pin her down.
Not a headless chicken. I had purpose. I had purpose.
But she was just running around, and like, so they had hired a professional photographer to take pictures during the venue, during the the opening times and stuff, and she's not in any of the pictures. Because you never stood still enough for your picture to be taken.
Yeah, for the most part, I was running around. But, like, I still got to talk to people, helped out some visitors, but I was just...
running around.
I walked up 137 flights of stairs over the course of 3 days, because the venue was also across 3 floors. There was a lift, but I was like, faster to just run up the stairs, going down the stairs. So, yeah, we've gotten lots of good feedback, and... yeah, because I was running around so much, it's sort of like the whole week, like the event actually just passed me by. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like, I think it was fine. I think it was okay. People liked it.
They did really well. The vendors did really well. The visitors all had a really good time. And then because I am the mother of one of the organizers, I asked like everybody that came up to the Moorage stall, because I was in charge for the whole weekend of the Moorage stall. I asked them like, how did you find out about this festival? And a lot of it was word of mouth. Oh, I heard it from my knitting group, or I heard it from a podcast and stuff like that. And so yeah, it was just, and of course I would ask them, how are you enjoying it? How do you like it? Especially towards the end of the days. And everybody was just like, oh, it's so good. They did a really good job. And yeah, I didn't have any doubts that it would be a fabulous event. So proud. I'm so proud of Alison and her friends that did this. So yeah, I've been a fly on the wall in all of the little meetings and stuff like that.
I just realized as well on the program, on my hands, I'm actually wearing the Tian Tian from issue 4, which is the beaded jumper by Stephanie
just
Aaron.
Realized this?
It's not that I just realized it. It's that because I hadn't returned the sample at that point, so I was like, I'll just represent some crochet because everybody else is knitting. But I'm also crocheting a Star Trail shawl from issue 3. That's what I realized. So there's actually a little bit of representation.
Yeah, nice.
More than just the jumper.
So I contributed to the Kickstarter, and I got the, what did you call it? The yarn bundle.
The yarniest.
The yarniest bundle. And so I got 2 skeins of each of these yarns.
So these were the Kickstarter exclusive yarns dyed by Zakami yarns and Iolair yarn.
Here's my official one, sorry.
Yeah. So 2 skeins of this one, which is the Iolair yarn dyed by Solveigh, who is one of the Woolly Good team, and this is in her Gia base, which is 50% non-superwash merino and 50% silk, and it is so soft.
It is so soft. And then I got this one, which is also a very nice yarn, 100% Corriedale, and this is by Zakami Yarns, and it's really nice yarn, but it's not quite my color, so we're gonna trade.
Yeah, so the Iolair one is the silky one
with the colors that are more my colors.
Yeah, the sort of a base of a very light pale blue, and then like pops of yellow and mustardy, and which turns into green and like darker teal. And I mean I also like this, but I have 1 skein of each, so I've given this one to my mother so she can have 3 of them, and she's given her 2 of Zakami, which is kind of like a blushy nude color, which probably doesn't come out super well on the camera.
It is.
And it has very, very light speckles of like teal and like a orange and blue and yellow.
I thought at one point I saw some like purple. There's some green. And there's like purpley bits.
Very, very light speckling.
Right here.
So
bits.
definitely more me because very neutral.
Yeah.
And then Gergely of Zakami Yarns, he designed these matching, coordinating
labels.
Is it a? Yeah, it's not really a ball band.
Well,
ball band, but around a twisted skein. And that features our Really Good logo, which I designed. That was a doodle of mine. And the Iolair logo of the eagle, and the Zakami logo, and then these little like this confetti, which I also doodled, which was a kind of extra bit that we used in some of our branding. It's on top of the program.
So nice.
So that's the yarn.
So I got the yarn. I also got a pin that are stuck onto my little postcard.
It was already on there.
Oh, it was right.
On
it? Okay,
we gave it to you. But that's a wooden pin. So instead of an enamel pin, it's a wood pin with a color print on it. So it's got the Really Good logo on it. It's kind of hard to see.
And these stitch markers with their logo.
Yeah, wood stitch markers again on a bulb pin that's got our logo, as well as 2 little balls of yarn that are like sort of ombre in our colors as well, which I also designed.
And then I got these cork labels that Generates made, right? Is that correct? So yeah, I just opened the package because I didn't want to lose them.
Yeah, I don't have these cork labels yet, so I need to pick some up because one of them's got our logo on it, and a few people who were attending, because they had their rewards shipped to them,
they've already attached them.
They'd already attached them to things. So I think I saw this one with our logo on it on.
Was it a vest?
on a tank top, I think.
Oh, okay.
That was made in the Zakami yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also saw this one on a shawl that was made with the Iola yarn, but it was the crocheted festival shawl. Mm. And that was actually Lorna, I think.
Yeah, okay. So those are my goodies that they're like gifts, but not. Yeah, they were gifts.
Yeah, you gave us money, and then we gifted you with some things.
Exactly. So I spent the whole weekend manning the stall, the Moritz stall. So I had a whole bunch of people come up to say hi that that were listeners. So yeah, it always thrills me to no end that people actually like. Oh, there's actually people that listen to us, and then
she says that she's
making recording a podcast, and then some like other like customers of yours that I've seen in different shows and that remember me, and it's like I'm starting to like recognize faces. I don't always remember the names, and then even like Tanya of TJ Frog. I met her at UIF years ago, and she actually remembered me. So I was like,
you're like 2018.
18? Yeah. I was like, you remember me? I can't believe you remember me. Because she has her own podcast that I listen to here and there, and she doesn't put them out as often as she used to. Anyway, so it's so nice meeting.
Honestly, I think sometimes when people say hello to us, like who listen to the podcast, sometimes you freak out more than they freak out.
Yeah.
But then as well, I took a picture with somebody who listens, and I looked at the picture again. I'm like, it looks like I've asked her to take a picture. Like I'm like, like huge grin on my face.
Yeah. So yeah, we had some listeners that came quite far to come and come visit the festival. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. So thank you so much for everybody that came by and said hello.
Yep.
Yeah, made me very happy.
I'm finally like not exhausted. I've recovered. I think I was saying Tuesday was like the first day where I felt human again. Yeah. And that was after the festival ended on Saturday. So
yeah,
Sunday and Monday were just sort of like still walking in a daze.
This is the fifth day or the fourth day.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's been a few days, so we're finally like feeling a bit normal.
Yeah, but I did not have any time to even think about looking at any of the stands.
She didn't buy anything.
But I did. I should have squished the Balmerino yarn. We had a Balmerino. I can't even tell you that much about them because I didn't go to talk. They did a talk, so there was lots of talks and workshops, and there was a talk. It was titled. That's not the talks. Scottish Merino: Transforming a Family Yarn to Work with Nature with Rachel Crawford. So I think that was all about sort of like regenerative farming. And they have, I don't think it's pure merino sheep in Scotland. I think they're crossbred with other sheep, but they had their yarn, and we had a pop-up space. So some of the people who had either workshops or talks who were not there with a vend the whole weekend, were not vending the whole weekend, they could at least have their stuff in a little pop-up shop, and people could stop by and get their stuff, and they might be there for like half a day or a couple hours. So the Balmerino yarn was there. I passed it so many times, and I never just reached out and grabbed it. I wish I squished it.
I never saw any of the rooms like during vending hours, really, because I was helping out Alison. But on the second day, before they opened the doors for the visitors, I did manage to buy a few things. Not a lot, because I already have my yarn. But I bought from Generates. It doesn't have anything to do with knitting. It's a silicone hemmer. So for hemming, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and when you're sewing. So you would fold it over to where the dots are. That you like these first line of dots is 1/4 inch.
If you say hemmer, is that like a common
No, it's not.
Okay.
So it's like a flat silicone with the markings of the different measurements, and then you would fold your fabric over it and press
with the iron.
With iron, so because this is heat resistant. So yeah, so you can get a nice crisp edge. So I got this, not for me, for Emily, and I also got from her these little circles for when you're making like if you're drafting your own patterns or things, or you're using like a shop bought piece, like a shirt or something, and you just want to make a pattern from that, you use these little circles. You stick you stick your pencil in the middle of it. So this is like 3/8, and then you would roll the edges along the edges of whatever you wanted to make, and then the pencil would make a 3/8 line, which would be the seam allowance. I don't know if I described that.
I hear you saying words, and I know what you're talking about. But, so she's called them the Generates seam circles. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to be able to describe it any better. But for people who are watching the video, there's a little card that goes with it that sort of shows the concept. But yeah, so you put your pen as a circle, and the distance from the edge of the circle to the hole in the middle,
where your pen is,
or your pen will go inside that hole, is your seam allowance. So for this one, it's 1/2 inch. So that's the radius.
Yes.
The radius of the circle is 1/2 inch, and that's the seam allowance you want. Yeah. So then you would put your pen in the middle, line up the edge of the outside edge of the circle with the edge of your piece
that you're copying,
so that your pen that's in the middle is 1/2 inch.
It makes it 1/2 inch bigger than whatever it is that you're making.
And then you trace around. You trace around the edge. Anyway, but it's cool because like there's a inch, like a 5/8 and an inch, and they just look like hoops. And you're like, what are you supposed to do with that? But it's because you
nest them together.
You nest them together. So if you want 5/8, you actually have to put the 3/8 inside. Yeah. And then you've got the hole for your pen. Yeah, definitely one of those ones where seeing it in person probably makes more sense.
And then I also got a little yarn gauge, yarn wrap gauge thingy.
Wraps per inch.
Because I don't have one of these. And I figured this one's for me. So I got that from Generates, and Jen was really nice. Then I got from Woolly Originals these little bags. They're so cute. So because Summer Hall used to be a veterinary school, so this was exclusive to the festival, because they're all little animals: sheep and a bird, dog, deer, rabbit, squirrel. Yeah.
And for people who don't know who Woolly Originals is, and for people who are listening, Sarah
has antique knitting machines, and she knits these stranded designs on these antique machines, cuts them, and you have the fabric, so she cuts them up and makes them into bags. And this one, some of the bags have like linen inside. This one does have linen. Yeah, linen inside. And some of them have like coordinating fabrics.
And this is a smaller, like these are quite small. She normally does bigger ones, or she also does bigger ones. Yeah, she does all different sizes.
Yeah, I've never bought a big one. Like I've bought one that's like the bigger one that I have, maybe a little longer or a little wider, and then one that's a little shorter. So yeah, so now I'll have more. Not that I need any more project bags, but
those aren't project bags. Those are just pouches.
They're not. These are pouches. So I don't know what I'm putting in this one, but I'm giving this one to a friend. The small one I'm giving to a friend. So that's all I did, because I really didn't have that much time to shop.
Yeah. Well,
that was our Woolly Good report.
That's that.
So I'm going to try to say Woolly Good as much as I can, because that's funny.
and it's happening next year. So if you didn't make it this year, and
for sure they're having one next year.
We're having one next year. The dates might already be announced. I don't know, depending on when this goes out. Yeah. So
they'll be around the same time.
Yeah. Just don't know.
If you want a then there, you can. They'll announce the dates for the applications
soon
too. Yeah, shortly after they announce the dates.
But I just I still think about it sometimes, and I'm just like, why did I do that? Like, what was I thinking? Not even in a way of like that was awful. Not like that. Just in a like, I can't believe I did that. Like, I did that?
No,
who said I could do that?
I was thinking like, I'm never gonna go to a yarn festival just as a visitor now.
You can go to all the yarn festivals in America just as a visitor for the most part.
Yeah.
And I'm not there to foist magazine duties on you, so I don't know what you're talking about. You've probably
Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Crafty stuff.
Yes.
In all of this, let's not forget that it is still the middle of the archive, Cal.
Yes, it is.
Until the end of the month.
Yep.
If you still don't know what it is our knitting and crochet along, where we encourage you to make something from a pattern which you have had your sights on for a long time and just haven't gotten around to making it, whether that's because it's been in your actual library, like you've had the PDF, you've had the book, you've had the whatever for a few years, or because you favorited it a long time ago and never made it. So just do
you
that.
Don't have to finish it.
You don't have to finish it, but if you start it, take some pictures, post it on Ravelry or Instagram, hashtag ArchiveCal 2024.
Yeah, it is 2024.
Then we normally have like a prize at the end for a random person. So even if you don't finish it, you could potentially win something.
You have to post. You have to post it though.
Somewhere. Instagram or Ravelry.
So you don't get a chance to win if you don't post.
Yes. So I am still working on my Acre sweater jumper. I don't know that I've gotten that far since the last time I talked about it.
You've been really busy doing something.
I've been really busy. I did work on it a little bit the last couple nights while we were watching Race Across the World.
And Ghosts.
Race Across the World is the UK version of The Amazing Race. So this is my color blocked.
Oh yeah, you haven't really gotten that.
No, but it looks good in this lighting.
You
can. There's definitely 3 colors now. There's the sort of triangle-y color blocking. I haven't gotten that far. For people who haven't been around, haven't listened to other episodes, I am making the Acre sweater, but I basically have recharted everything. I should have brought my computer so I could show you my charts. So it's going to be interesting when I get to the sleeves, because I think that is less straightforward on like how the color blocking, because like this shoulder, my left shoulder, that's fine. That's going to be like all the sage green and then maybe some white at the end. But this one, my right shoulder, is sort of like going to be partly sage green, partly gray. So I don't know how that's going to like where to make the color changes on the sleeve.
Can't help you there.
Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. So, yeah, not much to say about that.
Okay, my archive cal is the Yale cardigan. And I haven't really gotten that much far. I mean, last time we spoke, I think I had just finished one repeat of the upper body part, where it's just 2 colors. And now I am not quite like in the middle of the second repeat. Though I do have to say, Marie Wallin is a fabulous designer. Her charts, on the other hand, not so great. It was really hard to read the chart for the upper body. And I'll show you real quick what it looks like. Do I show you?
Yeah, briefly. So the colored lines that have been added were your
Yes, were my additions. But yeah, it's like that. So I mean, actually, in the camera, it doesn't look so bad. While you're working on it, on the other hand, you know those when you see somebody wearing stripes on TV and it goes woo woo woo. That's what it looked like to me. It was so really
basically, hard. Basically, it's a grid to show the color work, but there's only 2 colors, so it could have been like a block of dark and then a block of white. But instead of dark blocks, in that square, there's just an X. So it's just like X is everywhere, and like a few places where there's no X. And yeah, when you, especially when you glance at it, like you have no idea what's going on. So
I reworked this chart on a spreadsheet, and so now my chart looks like this. Yeah. So a lot easier on the eyes. So this particular pattern has, it's got bits where there's like 10 stitches across in one color before you change another color, and I don't want a repeat of what happened to me when I did the cat again. Now, so I actually am doing that jacquard ladder back method of stranding in the back. So basically it's kind of like double knitting, just like one like column. So I did a column like every 4 stitches. So it's a lot stretchier than like down here where I didn't do it. So I can actually feel how stretchy it is. So that's actually making the progress very slow because I have to add that. So the pink lines that I added on my chart, that's where I'm doing the extra stitch. Down here. Yeah. So it's coming along, but I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this before by the end of the month. Yeah. When we're done with, so that will be a first for me to not finish an archive cal project.
Quick. Cast on a hat.
But I am happy with it. I'm really happy with it, and it'll just be like a long-term project. I started it. It's been in my queue forever, and so at least I got a good head start. That's that. So hopefully our listeners are working on their archive cal projects, and don't forget to post. Do you have any other projects?
Nope.
I have a crochet project. Sort of. So, because I was representing the crochet world and selling the magazine, selling the Moorit during the weekend, I thought it would be a betrayal if I sat in the corner and knit during the quiet times. Though there wasn't that many quiet times. So I started the Claigan cowl, and I think issue 2, yes. And in the issue, it's like a white creamy color, and I've used yarn that Alison has. It's a Berlin.
It's the Berlin company. Yeah. It's the teal yarn that was used in the Star Trail shawl, which is in the corner of the program.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I'm getting the hang of it. Except I don't think this yarn, because this yarn is quite rustic, I don't think it's really a good yarn to have around my neck. Yeah. As a cowl. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to not bring this back home with me, give the yarn back to Alison, and maybe start this in a softer yarn. Something that'll feel better.
So I can frog this.
You can frog it, yeah. But yeah, I'm enjoying it.
This is her practice.
Yes, it's my practice.
So you have to figure out front post stitches. And crocheting into the third back loop. Yeah, the third back loop for half trebles, UK half trebles.
Yeah, so yeah, I think I am coming along. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So yeah, I was enjoying this during those rare times where I was actually able to sit down and crochet a few stitches. So that's the only 2 whips that I have.
Don't expect to see this ever again.
No. I should remember to take a picture of it before.
Oh, I was gonna be like, give it to me now. I'm gonna frog it while we're recording.
No, I have to record. I have to take a picture of it for our audio only listeners. Yeah, they would like to see this mess. No, it's not a mess. The beginning part, the gauge is definitely, it changed as I got better at it.
Also, I did the first row.
She did.
Which was just single crochet. Well, U.S. See, I just.
Yes, it was U.S. singles.
U.S. singles into the chain.
And I don't know what I was. Why was I having?
You twisted it.
Oh, that's right. I
twisted
the chain. The chain.
Which normally you can just fudge it, but yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that. That's the only two whips other than like
a new sock purse.
A new sock sock.
Purse,
not
sock
purse.
You should make a sock purse.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for holding your sock knitting. BuzzFeed quiz.
BuzzFeed quiz. Yes.
We debated on whether or not we were going to do a BuzzFeed quiz because we sometimes don't when we're in person.
We're together. Yeah.
It's gonna make me take it. Oh no, I got it. It says, find your perfect summer vacation spot based on your book preferences. Did you take the quiz again?
I did just before we started.
Did you take the same answer?
I did get the same answer, but it didn't save it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we got. It says you should visit Donegal, Ireland. Donegal. Yep.
Donegal.
Donegal. It will fulfill all of your fantasy dreams, from castles to coastlines to great crack, and then in parentheses, entertainment and fun. Donegal is the perfect mix for all of your exploration needs. And there's a picture. It's a green.
Very pretty.
Have I been there? I'm actually thinking about that. I've been to Ireland a few times. Not just to Dublin as well. Let's see. County, Donegal. Oh no, I haven't, because I haven't been to Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Is it only in Northern Ireland? No, I'm getting myself confused.
I have no idea. I've never been there.
It's Northern Ireland. I think it's which is on my list. I would like to go to Northern Ireland at some point. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so questions. Based on the what was it? Location of your fantasy dreams or whatever. Fulfill your fantasy dreams. The first question is favorite genre. Did we both pick fantasy?
No, I picked thriller / mystery. The only I don't read is I don't really read a lot of nonfiction.
Me neither.
And so I read all the other three.
Romance was the last one.
But I probably read fantasy romance the least out of the three.
I probably read romance more than thriller or mystery. But
I'm in the middle of a thriller / mystery, so that's why I picked that one.
Okay, favorite type of setting for your book?
Bustling urban city. Though I think I picked quaint countryside the first time.
I picked real life / historical because I like a historical fiction. Why do you read?
To immerse yourself in a new world.
And I went to get swept away in romance. Fictional world that you're gonna visit?
I liked all of them, but in the end I picked the 100-acre wood.
I thought about that, but I went for Hogwarts.
Okay.
And then ideal spot to read.
By the fireplace.
Not that
because I usually
either of us have a fireplace.
No, not in this house. But I generally like
cozy.
Yeah, and then also like not in a public place. That's where I do most of my reading.
Yeah. I'm just gonna skip a few. Well, the last one. Choose the book quote that resonates with you the most. I'll just read them all. So you've got, you have bewitched me body and soul, Pride and Prejudice. I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship, from Little Women. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or die. Guess which one that's from? That's from a Game of Thrones. And it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. And that's from Harry Potter.
I don't know which one I picked the second time, but I did pick You Have Bewitched Me, is what Darcy says. And then I've also picked the Harry Potter one, Does Not Dream, is what Dumbledore says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I picked the Harry Potter one.
Yeah.
So, how much do you want to bet if you pick all the romance ones, you'll get like Paris? I'm gonna try. Romance.
She's gonna try.
Quaint countryside. Swept away in romance. Pemberley. Library. I don't know. Regency era. Flower. The Great Gatsby. Slow burn romance. You can cut some of this out. And Pride and Prejudice. You should visit Paris, France. Are you looking for a love story like the ones in your favorite romance novels? Okay, anyway.
Oh boy. Okay. FOs.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I have one.
Yay!
It's behind us.
Oh, that's right.
Ta-da! So this is the sequins tank top from issue 6, the cover, by Alicia Arroyo Blanco. And it is, I swear to God, this is the one I made. This is not the one that's on the cover.
Other one?
The other one, because I've made them in the exact same color as the one that's on the cover. So the one that's on the cover is in a size that's too big for me. And also I'm going to be returning it to the designer soon. So I made my own. I wore it on Saturday.
Yes,
at the festival.
She did.
And so I think you're giggling because I basically had it done before my mom got here.
Yes, you did.
But all the ends were still out. And I just didn't have time to do it. And
so we were really busy.
Yeah. I couldn't do it on Thursday, whatever. It was coming up to the actual festival. Didn't do it. Didn't wear it on Friday, and sort of thought like, oh, maybe I'll do it when we get home on Friday.
She was exhausted.
I was exhausted, and I was like, there's no way. I can't. Like, I'm just gonna not be able to wear it. And then my mom and my mother-in-law were like, we'll do it. So they sat on the couch with it because it unbuttons, obviously, spread out. It was like spread across both of their laps. And they were both weaving in ends. And I think I can be quite, I don't know. I probably weave in the ends too much. Like, I go beyond what needs to be done. So you guys probably weren't weaving them in as much as I would normally. I'm like, so part of me just like, no, it's fine. I don't have to do it. This is better. It'll be fine. So you guys wove in the ends for me, and then we had gone on Wednesday to get these buttons.
I don't remember.
So this was, I just went to Fabric Focus, which is in Edinburgh, nice fabric store, and they're just really plain like matte white buttons, which are pretty similar to what's on the actual sample. Like they almost look exactly the same, except for the ones on the sample are a little bit more tan. And then you sewed on.
I sewed on the
like
buttons.
2 of the buttons on the Friday night, and then the other 3 on Saturday morning, before we left.
Oh, is that what I did? Okay.
Yeah. So I wore this. So I made the cropped version because I wasn't sure if I'd have enough to make the normal, like the regular length one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it is available in 2 different lengths.
Oh, okay. I did
So
not
if you
know
don't
that.
want a cropped top,
We should take a picture of me wearing the other one and you wearing that one.
Yeah. I've started an Instagram account. Oh, not Instagram. TikTok. So maybe we can record something for TikTok. Yeah. So I wore it over a button down like white shirt, which I think looked pretty good.
It looked really cute.
So don't have to wear it as a tank top necessarily. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, it looks adorable. I love it. So I have 2 FOs. 2? 2. Okay. My first one. So I made this hat with leaves on it, and the original pattern was called As the Leaves Begin to Fall, and then I recharted it. I think it was a DK weight hat, and I recharted it as a fingering weight hat, and I used leftover yarn from my Zweig, and I loved that hat because it was like perfect for. It's not super cold. It's like a lightweight hat. I lost it. Can't find it anywhere. It must have fallen out of my pocket somewhere. So I'm just calling this one my replacement hat. I'm using the same chart. And this one is purple and fuchsia. So that's my hat. And this is what it looks like. I think it came out pretty much very similar to how the other one came out, but I don't think I actually did the chart up in the crown exactly the same way, but it's fine. It looks great. Though I'm not super happy with the low contrast.
Yeah,
between
because
the two colors.
You've got the purple and then the. I feel like if the fuchsia you won, because it's kind of like variegated, dark and light. If it was just all light
or just all dark.
Well, I think the all dark one is the one that's too close to the background. Maybe. Purple. Yeah. So if it was all in the light color, with maybe a few speckles of the dark, you would have seen it better. Yeah. But
it was yarn that I frogged from my Find Your Fade shawl.
So, both or just the pink?
Just the pink, just the fuchsia, the pink fuchsia bit, and then this purple
in the background.
In the background, I don't remember what it's from. It's just something that I had. It's a Dirty Water Dye Works that I bought like at New Hampshire Sheep and Wool years ago. So that's that. And then my second FO.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Yeah. Talking to the microphone. My second FO is a pair of purse socks. And it's just this. It's one of those perfect yarns. You start, the yellow, and then you work the cuff, and the cuffs in this one is green, and once it changes color, you make the leg, and then once it turns green again, you start the heel, and then you make the foot as long as you need it to be. And it's
you have a drop stitch in here.
Oh, nice. Okay. I can fix it. And so it's one of those Arnie and Carlos colorway.
Who are they?
They're designers and also YouTubers.
So when you say it's their colorway, what do you mean?
They designed the colorway, and their faces are on the ball band.
Who's the? Is it just one brand that does these perfect?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget which.
Is it the one with the K? No.
I don't remember. Is it Regia, maybe?
Oh, maybe, yeah. But, yeah, basically, I don't know. I didn't know if I should try and describe the perfect thing a bit better, but that's fine. It's fine. You're fine. But yeah, you have a dropped stitch.
Yeah.
On this side.
I seem to be doing that a lot lately.
Because you're getting old.
Thanks. Thank you, baby.
Love you.
Came all the way here
just to be insulted.
I think we're done with all the yarny bits. The fiber.
Cool.
Projects.
Cool.
So this will be an easy edit for me. I don't have to
merge us together.
Yeah.
Will we just talk about the last sort of
what we've
crafty
done?
Thing we've done? Not really crafty-ish.
Yeah. So I found this thing on Instagram. It's make your own
satchel purse.
Yeah, with
Harris tweed.
Called the store's called Islander, and I found it on Instagram, sent it to her, and she's like, "Ooh, I've never heard of that before." So like, yay, I found something that she's never heard of. And so we booked a workshop on Wednesday, and
so basically Islander, their bags are in lots of the tourist shops because it's genuine Harris tweed. It's vegan leather. I like how we just say vegan leather to make it sound nicer. It's vegan
it's
leather.
It's plastic.
And the shops are really cute. Well, like two of their shops/workshops, like they've got like the fake flowers outside that like make it look really enticing. And I think they've been around. Well, their logo thing says established 2010. So I think their products have been around, but the physical shops have not been around for like a long time, like maybe a couple years or something like that. But yeah, so build your own purse.
You got yours?
I got mine.
I got mine.
Ta-da! So we made the small ones. And And it was what, £60 for the workshop, which was an extra £10 versus like if you bought this size bag not as a workshop. But basically it's a sort of like customize your own bag sort of thing. So it comes in different pieces and then you screw them together. So you've got the base of the actual purse, which is got fabric on the inside and lots of pockets. So there's like a front pocket, there's an inside little pocket and an inside zipper pocket and a back zipper pocket. And it would fit any size phone. Plus a wallet, chapstick. Like, it's still a decent size. It's not like you're not putting an umbrella in there, but
no, or a water bottle.
But you can fit other stuff. So that's one piece, and that came in different colors.
Yeah, so they had like blues and gray. I got a metallic gray one, pinks.
There's a couple browns. I got brown. And then they were calling it the lid, but the sort of flap, which is the actual piece of Harris tweed, and it's got the Harris tweed logo tag logo on it on the front. And there was different designs to choose from, but they didn't have, so like if you go into the shop and you see like, or any of the shops and you see all the different tweeds they didn't have necessarily all the tweeds
in all the sizes.
So some people were making bigger bags and they had slightly different tweed options.
I felt like they had more options. They got 2 drawerfuls of the tops.
So I went with a tartany sort of tweedy tartan. I don't know, what are my colors?
Green.
Is that
blue?
Like a periwinkle and a
brown.
Curry green yellow with brown.
A little bit of white.
There's no white?
Yes, there is on the edge.
Oh, okay. Yes, there's a little bit of white right there.
Well, it depends on where they cut it. The white.
Yeah, they're all slightly different depending on like where the
placement is.
And then your tweed.
Mine is blue with a little bit of red. It's
navy.
Really hard to see. Yeah, navy. Can you see? I don't know.
Yeah. So that's another piece. And then the handle on the top is a piece. And these little bits that come down the front are 2 different pieces. So
those are just for show. They don't do anything.
They're just
pretty.
They're just for show, yeah. I guess normally you might have a buckle on that and that's how it closes, but obviously not for this one. But you can have different colors. So I saw some people had like a mismatch. So both of ours are navy, but like I think one girl had a sort of like pink and blue bag, and
if they had a red one, it would have popped the red on the tweed would have popped out more, but they didn't have red.
And then there's also a crossbody strap that you can attach. So
and
you went for blue, like a medium blue. So your bag is sort of blue and gray.
Yep, it kind of matches my whole outfit right here too.
Mine's a bit like country rustic with the brown and but of course I'm generally a very indecisive person, so
it took us a long time to decide on the colors.
Do you know what? Because you paid for it, I feel like I was a little bit less precious about it. I think if I had paid my own money, I'd be like, I don't know. No, wait, blue. No, wait, no, green. No, wait, brown. No.
I went from like, I had like the purple one, the fuchsia one. I just like couldn't decide, but then I ended up with blue, which is my all-time favorite color.
But they give you extra screws, extra little screwdriver, and a nice little dust.
I didn't get a screwdriver.
Dust bag. There's no screwdriver in yours.
Is it in the package?
It's in that envelope.
With the screw? Oh, okay.
You didn't even look.
I didn't.
Don't even know.
Let
me see. I've got it. So,
here. Yeah. Right here.
Yeah. Little envelope with all the extra tools.
How long I get stopped by security?
But it was interesting because right when we left, I sort of thought about it, and I was looking at one of the other bags that were the same size, and of course, they're not screwed together; they're sewn together.
Yeah.
So it is slightly different than what you would buy store bought because obviously they're not going to have you sew on.
Maybe I'll stop by and buy a pink flap.
When?
We don't have any plans tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So basically, they don't have it available online, but apparently if you go into the shops, you can buy extra pieces. So like if you want a different colored flap, you could buy a different colored flap and then at home screw it back in and stuff. But yeah.
I did have that one in my hand at some point. The blue and green plaid.
Yeah. Okay, it's cute. I like it. Okay. Because originally I was like, oh, maybe I'll do this same thing, but in the navy, like main purse color. But my main like everyday little purse is navy, so I was like, I don't need 2 navy purses. Also, if you say purse here, I don't know if it's like a UK thing generally.
Is it a wallet?
It's more like a wallet. So I don't know if you noticed.
Handbag.
She was calling them satchel. I mean, this is satchel shapes.
Satchel style, yeah.
Yeah, satchel style. I do have a crossbody thingy, but it's just not attached at the moment. But, oh, it's so cute. The only thing is I feel like if I walk around with this, I'm going to look like a tourist. Because it's in all the tourist shops.
Oh, well. So you look like a tourist.
So yeah, we had fun doing that.
You sound like a tourist.
What do you mean?
You have an American accent.
Oh, yeah, well. The one... Sorry, this is going on a weird tangent, but one of the things that Sam has noticed about my pronunciation, I don't know if I always do it, is sometimes how I pronounce you. More like you.
Yeah,
you,
I've noticed
you.
that. I have noticed that.
I think that must be a Scottish thing because he's like, "What are you doing?" Not like that, but he's just like, "You do this thing."
Yes, I've noticed the change of the way you speak. Yeah, like slowly changing every. I'm sure our podcast listeners probably notice it.
Nah.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else?
No, I think we're all done. Oh, this was definitely the favorite of everybody at the show.
Tints and Shades. This is the mohair stole blanket scarf thing in issue 4 by Julia Mandel. Yeah,
everybody loved
I think it was a combination of the texture and the colors.
Yeah, there were at least 2 people asked me if anybody sells mohair at the show. I'm like, I don't know. I've been stuck in this corner. I have no idea what everybody else is selling. I'm sure somebody's selling mohair.
It's very 70s. The colors.
Yeah, a little bit. Especially with the green, like it's almost like an avocado green in the orange.
But yeah, no, this is. Yeah, because it's a mohair silk, the yarn, and that's just like.
Is it held double or is it just?
It's not held double. No.
Okay. So a little bit goes a long way. That's what I kept telling the customers.
Yeah, could be a liar for all you know. Cool. Well,
I think we're done.
I think that's it.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm leaving in 2 days. I never have enough time. I always want more time when I'm here.
Okay, spiel.
Right. Yeah, do you remember the spiel?
You can find our show notes for this episode and every episode on our website, which is kcacypodcast.wordpress.com. You can follow and subscribe, favorite, review, all the things on YouTube or wherever else you listen to podcasts. You can join our Ravelry group. Just search for Keep Calm and Carry Yarn in the Groups tab, and you'll find our Archive Cow thread. Follow us on Instagram at KCACY Podcast. My personal Instagram is Alison here. My mom's is _Viv. And now I have a TikTok, so you can search for Moorit Mag. Moorit Mag on TikTok. I wasn't talking about Moorit stuff, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. Thank you for listening.
And remember to keep calm and carry yarn.
Bye.